welcome to the King and Queen's $5 Bling. My name is Michelle.
I'm Tom.
And we are an amazing team. We are here to present to you the comprehensive plan for Paparazzi $5 jewelry. Woohoo! Way to go, right? All right. So just a little bit of housekeeping, just really quick, so you guys can understand some of the lingo that we have. So we have what's called as a PV, which is personal volume. Personal volume, we're going to be talking a lot about PV. The next one is talking about OV. OV means organizational volume, okay? Then, so one item of $5 jewelry equals 2 PV, personal volume. So one item of $5 jewelry equals 2 PV. If you purchase one of our Z pieces, which is our Z collection, then you get 10 PV. Way to go. All right. Another thing that we're going to talk about is having 3 personally sponsored active consultants. So beware of that, right? All right. We've got, also, we're going to talk about the 1/3 rule. So kind of think about that as a tripod or as a stool that you have 3 legs on. If you have one leg missing, you're going to fall, right? So just think about the 1/3 rule. All right. So we're going to start with this gorgeous consultant right here. She just barely started Paparazzi. Her name is Annabelle. She is considered a consultant. And so what happens there is that she gets her commission off of her website. You get a website. She gets a commission off of that. And she's the consultant. She has gained her personal volume for the month. Way to go, Annabelle. Then the next one is, want to talk about the next one?
Star consultant.
Okay, a star consultant. What happens when you become a star consultant? What happens when Annabelle becomes a star consultant? So, a star consultant.
She has to get 50 PV per month in order to stay active as a star consultant.
So 50 PV, which means how many pieces do you have to buy for 50 PV?
25.
25. Woohoo!
Because 25 times 2 equals 50.
Okay. And then, what if she gains a member? She's been working really hard that month, and what if she gains a member of her team? She has Sylvia on her team. Way to go! Welcome aboard, Sylvia. So what happens if she gets Sylvia?
Okay. Then if Sylvia stays active throughout the month, then I do believe that she gets 5%.
Yep.
From Sylvia
it's my
being active. But Sylvia has to get the 50 PV per month.
To stay active. That is very true. All right. So, guess what? She recruits Sailor Bob. Annabelle recruits Sailor Bob throughout the month also. And she's still a star consultant. So she still gets the 5% on both of them as long as they're active. They have to have 50 PV or more. So they have to have 50 PV or more. So Sailor Bob and Sylvia are a great teammate with Annabelle. Now, what happens if she gains another team member the next month maybe? So, Annabelle gains Sally as a teammate and a really good friend. They're all active at 50 personal volume. So, Annabelle now becomes what we consider in Paparazzi a director. Woohoo, way to go. So, the director now, as Annabelle is, she now is able to get 10% commission from her teammates' personal volume. So if they do, let's say they each do 50 PV, so she gets 10% of their personal volume for an amazing team that she has. All right, so they're going along and they're being happy and they're being active, and she's got 3 personally sponsored active consultants, and she gets 10% from all their friends. And then let me just make sure and she's making sure that she's staying active with 50 PV or more, because you better make sure of that. So what if Sylvia decides to recruit Amy? Yay! Way to go! So because Annabelle she's got 3 personally sponsored active people, and then Sylvia's got Amy active, she gets to have 5% from Amy's personal volume too, which then also Sylvia gets to have 5% from, because she's a star consultant now. And these are all star consultants now. And don't worry, you can still, like, your other teammates can rank up too, just as well as you can rank up. All right. So what happens if your 3 teammates get each 1,000 overall volume in their teams? So they each have 1,000 overall volumes for that month. What happens? What happens to Annabelle? Does she get to rank up?
She gets to rank up to Premier Director.
Premier Director, which means that her team has made
3,000 OV.
3,000 OV. So what happens if one of them doesn't make 1,000 OV in that month? Let's say Sailor Bob didn't make 1,000 OV.
Then she doesn't get paid the 10%.
She still gets paid the 10%, but she doesn't get paid as the Premier Director.
Right. Okay.
She still has that title, but she gets paid at the director status. Okay? So, but let's just say Sailor Bob only got 50 PV, and these guys got 1,000. So they only have 2,050.
2,500.
Well, yeah, if he did 500, then yeah, it could be 2,500. But if he only did 50, then it'd be 2,050. All right, but what happens if Sailor Bob activates somebody and brings on his friend, Walter? Walter's a pretty cool dude, right? So Sailor Bob has brought on his friend, and they're being pretty active and pretty going. And Sally right here has brought in her friend Karen, because she's so excited about $5 paparazzi jewelry, and they each their teams on down make 1,000 PV. Woo, way to go, Annabelle. Your team is rocking, right? Just remember, this is where the 1/3 rule comes in. Why is it the 1/3 rule?
Because only one
not one person can make all the overall volume, right?
Yeah, right.
So that's where I thought about like a stool or a tripod, because if you have 3 legs, that's going to hold you up. But if you only have 2 legs or 1 leg, you're definitely going to tip over. So you don't want to tip over your teams, right? Each team has to pull their weight to make it all successful. All right. So payout on this is 10% for her first personally sponsored. And then she gets 5% for her second leg, for her second row. And then if she happens to have a third row, she gets 5% off of that too. How exciting. This team is going gangbusters, right?
Right.
All right. So we've hit Premier Director. Now, let's say Megan's come on board on Sally's team, and Theodore has come on board to Sailor Bob's team, and Felix has come on board to Sylvia's team. And let's say Sylvia has Jose. Okay, so let's just say, and then there is Jane right here. So guess what? Sylvia, because she's active, and Sally, because she's active, they become a director because they have 3 personally sponsored underneath them. So guess what? Way to go, Annabelle. So to make Annabelle, each one of her legs, her team members, to rank up to the next rank, needs their overall volume needs to have 6,000. Ooh. So if they have 3,
that's 2,000 each. So it's one,
yep,
2 here, 2 here, and 2 here.
Yep. So each leg needs to have 2,000 PV total. So you can, I don't have enough. You could just put 2,000 like on Annabelle's feet.
Okay.
So make sure that each one of your legs have 2,000 overall. And that's to make it up to the executive director. Annabelle, way to go!
This
Way to go, team.
is to equal 6,000.
Yep. So each one of her legs need to equal 6,000. So what if Sylvia's team was rocking it and they got 5,000? So what if they got 3,000? Let's go down to 3,000 overall. So what if Sylvia's team rocked it and got 3,000, and Sailor Bob's team got 1,000, and then Karen's team got 2,000? Well, guess what? They didn't quite make it because you only can take 2,000 from Sylvia's. There's 1,000 there, so that's 3,000. And then Karen's made 2,000, so that's only 5,000 overall. So just make sure that each team is equally making it.
Wait a second.
So
if he's got 1,000 and she's got 2,000,
2,000.
that's 3,000.
Oh, that's 3,000. Oh, see, I'm not adding math correctly. So that's 3,000, but we only can count. Yeah, we can count 2,000, but we only can count 2,000 from her.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2, 2, and 2. But if we do 3, 1, and 2, that's only 5,000 that we can count. But that's okay. We'll make it up. We'll push harder, right? All right. So because we love Paparazzi Jewelry, $5 Paparazzi Jewelry so much, these guys keep on adding people to their team. Here's Sailor Sue. She's underneath Sailor Bob.
Here's Fernando.
We should put another one up here.
Yeah, put Fernando up
So Fernando is another personally sponsored of Annabelle's. And Fernando came along and he brought his friend Jim Bob and his friend John Boy. So, way to go, team. Way to go, Annabelle. Way to go, her great, amazing team. And guess what? This team this wonderful team made 12,000 overall volume. Way to go. So that means Sylvia's team made 3,000. made 3,000. Sally's team made 3,000. And Fernando's team made 3,000. So that makes a total of 12,000 overall volume. What happens to Annabelle when her overall volume team makes 12,000?
She ranks up.
She ranks up to what?
You're killing them with the suspense.
She ranks up to producer. Way to go. All right. You know what I forgot to tell you guys? So Annabelle's making, so from executive director, she has to make sure that she does 100 personal volume herself to be active. Okay? So from executive director on above, you have to make sure that you are doing 100 personal volume to be active. And if, any one of your teammates get any higher than executive director, they also have to make 100 personal volume. But 50 personal volume to stay active. Now, so from there, she goes ahead and gets 10% from her personal volume friends. And then from there, she gets 5% on this leg. And then on the next leg down, she gets 5%. So don't ever hesitate to get more friends on your team, right? It's a great team building effort. We're so grateful for Paparazzi, huh?
Yep.
And we're so grateful that we have this opportunity to let you know about the comprehensive plan for $5 Paparazzi. Thanks so much, and I hope that you have learned or just a little bit more or understood a little bit more about the comprehensive plan and it not being so complicated.
And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us.
You can contact us by emailing me at paparazzishell@hotmail.com, or you can read about it on our website, which is kingandqueens5dollarbling.com, or leave us a note down on the bottom. So thank you so much for watching Tom and I as with the King and Queens $5 Bling. Have a great day.